Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a couple replays in what I have now discovered is the most overpowered tank in the game. Now, this is the Panzer B2 Tier 4 Premium German Heavy Tank or something, and the video you're about to see right now, the first replay, is actually my very first ever game in it. So again, these low tier tanks, when it comes to playing low tier tanks, there's a slight issue for me, and that is, at tier 5 and above, I have pretty good knowledge on tanks. I know what caliber guns they have, their armor models, where I can pen them, where they can pen me, if they can overmatch me, how long their reload is, etc, etc. Like, I tend to know a lot of the information about a tank's tier 5 and above. When it comes to tanks below tier 5, I'm not that well knowledgeable on them. I know a few of them, but not too many. And that means that quite often I will struggle to pen them, or especially like the more overpowered tanks when you have to fight against them, never mind when you're playing in them. So I can't really use my knowledge in these tiers, so basically what I'm just going to do is play an overpowered tank. And the sad part is, as much as I hate this thing because of how disgusting it is, the XP boost on it is, I think, 70% XP boost, which actually means out of all the German tanks I have, it is actually the best XP boost, so that means it's going to be my best crew trainer. However, I'm not actually going to use it for crew training. I'm going to just play the tier 5's minimum for crew training. So as you'll see, I've come up to this rock, I'm side scraping, even though I don't really think I need to, although that TD might be able to pen me. So you'll see, as I'm side scraping, I start to realise that because of what tank I'm in, things like side scraping, I don't really need to do it. I can just go out there and start killing people. See, the rate of fire is pretty good. The accuracy is a bit derpy. French tanks, from what I've heard, are always difficult to pen at low tier. I probably pen the sidearm with the standard rounds, but like, I know the AMX-40 being super trolly, and some of the other French tanks super trolly. That thing's got some pretty insane armor all around, but hopefully against the B2, I can deal with it. And the nice thing about this tank is not only does it have good armor, it actually has a good gun as well. So like, when you fight against other OP tanks, you can actually do something against them. For example, that JPS in front of me, if one of those meets another one, even with premium rounds, they can't do anything to each other. This thing, with standard rounds, the Panzer B2 can actually pen another Panzer B2. So what you're going to notice also over these couple replays, I'm not really going to talk much about strategy or what I'm doing, because I'm not really, it sounds bad, but I'm not really trying. That's the nature of these tanks. I'm just kind of rolling around. Now here's the biggest threat to this game, because he's got good armor and his gun is easily capable of punching through the front of me. The Matilda is a really good little tier 4 tank, and the nice thing about the Matilda is, at least being a tech tank, everyone can get it. Unfortunately, I was actually able to find out there that I can pen the back with Matilda with standard round, so I don't know if that's an overmatch or not. So I learned something new there. And now you see, I'm on almost full health. I've just repaired my driver because I didn't realise he was dead. And I'm just going to drive to the other side of the map. We've got loads of tanks left, and we've got 3 left. And this was, yeah, my first experience in this tank. I actually wasn't familiar with this tank before the clanmates tempted me to buy it. Because at the same time, me not playing low tier tanks, by extension means I don't play against low tier tanks, so I've never had to fight against these things too often. So again, I'm not too familiar with what tanks are OP and what tanks aren't OP at this tier. But after the first game, I just knew this thing's disgusting. You see, it's another JPS thing. Hopefully got very nice armor. So I'm gonna aim these shots in with some premium shells. That thing has horrible penetration. There's absolutely nothing he can do to me. So we'll back to standard rounds. And really, in this tank, all you've got to do is open up the team list at the start, look at the enemy team, and see which tanks can actually pen you, and then just try and kill them first, and then you can just deal with the rest of the enemy team as easy as you like. So I called last video seal clubbing in the Panzer 5.4 and the Capture KB1, but they are nothing compared to this, and I believe Felix and Spandex told me the thing apparently gets preferential matchmaking, to where it doesn't actually have to see tier 5 tanks. Again, I'm not knowledgeable on this, I don't know if that's true, I'm going to take their word for it. In the 3 games I've played, I've not seen a tier 5 tank, so that just makes this thing even more disgusting. And another good sign that a tank is overpowered, like massively overpowered, at low tier and is a seal clipper tank, is that this is a tier 4 tank. I've managed 1800 damage and 7 kills, so about half the enemy team, and yet this is still only a first class mastery. Crucial contribution for the 3 of us. And just, yeah, when you get first class mastery for a game like that, a tier 4 tank, you know this thing's OP and all the seal clippers are playing it. But now, we're going to get to the disgusting part. The next battle here on Himmelsdorf, for the other variant of it. This was my 3rd ever game in this tank, and I played this game on the day I'm uploading this video. And the reason why is, if you've seen the new ops for this year, they've got an op in there where you have to play once every day for the next 28 days. And that sucks, because like there's some days where I don't want to play World of Tanks. So, I want that 500 gold DM, meaning I have to play at least 1 game. So I came on the World of Tanks and I thought to myself, I'm really tired, I don't want to play. So I thought, I'll pick a low tier tank, and that should mean that the game will be over quicker. At least that's my thought process anyway, than playing like a high tier tank where the games can last a bit longer. So, again, top tier, as I said, I don't think this thing can see tier 5s. They have a couple dangerous tanks on their team. A couple TDs, which can pan me. If I remember from when I played it, that tier 4 Japanese heavy tank gets a really nice gun on it, so I think he can pan me quite easily, and they have a couple derp guns in the HMC. So what's going to happen here is, I'm thinking, because I'm in this tank, I'm going to drive down the heavy line, and just brawl it out with the enemies. However, that plan is going to go to waste here, because it's going to turn out that not many enemies have actually come over here. So, you see I'm going to mess up all these shots here. I'm not used to the poor shell velocity on these kind of tanks. When you jump from high tier tanks to low tier tanks, you can really feel the shell velocity. So, just going to push in, and I will look down this road to the right. And on maps like these, I feel the small round mini-map is better. You can see closer to your surroundings, and they'll make it easier to tell if there's an enemy who actually has line of sight at you, or if they're behind a building somewhere. So, the TD, top tier, who can pen me, I don't know, accidentally get shot into a different enemy there. I'm assuming this is a bot, I don't know. I don't know how to tell if they're bots or not, so you guys in the comments below tell me how many of the enemy were bots on this game, but... There's another JPS firing premium at me, but again, even without nothing can do. I'm gonna see with premium, my premium loaded with 90 pen, I'm still struggling against him. So, trying to hit his lower plate with it. I've still bounced a couple off it. Get the kill on him. We'll back to standard, and I will look back down this road again. So, my team's all bunched up near our base still. I'm just kind of in the enemy side of the half of the map. Now there's the tank that I was worried about, because I know he's got a really nice gun. I fired a standard round, then loaded the premium, because I thought my standard round wouldn't pan him, but it did, so... That's the, one of the other most dangerous tanks on the enemy team out. So a decent amount of health. Plenty of armor. And again, like, just the side of the map I decided to go didn't have that many enemies there, which is a bit of a shame, really. Now, he can pen me too. Russian guns, usually quite nice. So see, I'm actually going to try and side scrape here. And again, the shell velocity. Not doing me any favours. So, for anyone watching, by the way, I'll be back to higher tier gameplay tomorrow, just so you know. You're probably sick of low tier gameplay, as am I, even though I don't have that much on the channel, if any, really, apart from what I've been uploading the past week or so. But, the thing is, as much as I hate these tanks, as I was saying before, the crew XP, or the XP bonus on them is pretty hefty, which actually makes them pretty nice crew trainers. So, as I said, that's a bot, 100%, surely, given what he did there. And now you see it's just 2 of us versus 5 now. He's just killed someone. I'm gonna come and help, but he's too fast. I don't quite get the shot in. Trying to cut off the HMC. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to low tier gameplay, I'm not quite sure how to commentate on it because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do other than like let you see how disgusting this tank is. As I said, this is only my 3rd ever battle in this tank, and now it's 1 versus 5. So they have a couple things I'm worried about. The HMC definitely, because he's got a derp gun. I'm very worried about him. There he is. See, he pans me, but I don't actually think he had the derp gun there. But I'm pretty sure the thing doesn't get a derp gun. They have a French premium tank that's very well armoured. The Panzer IIe gets the side of me and actually manages to pan me. I angle, he misses. He actually ram kills himself, because he's a light tank, I'm a heavy tank, he probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, they have a French tank, it's a premium one, and as I said before, all those French tanks have pretty trolly armour. So I'm worried about finding him, and also, obviously, the TD is worrying me at the moment. So I'm opening up the map, just keeping an eye on what tanks they've got, and then I proxy spot this TD. As I said off Lee, being a top tier TD, I'm very worried about him. My tracks absorb the shot, and thankfully my reload is good enough to get him. Back into the corner. And I can't risk being flanked right now, so I'm hoping proxy spot and they'll do the business. I'm just waiting to see, just in case anyone's around the corner here who's on their way over. Once I'm sure there's no one nearby, that's when I'm going to push out. So I want to make sure no one's going to come down here. So you see I'm going to just stay still, activate my binoculars. And now that I know the rear is clear, now I can push out the other way. So it's all about positioning in these kind of situations. You want to make sure you've got plenty of cover nearby so you can angle your tank or hide if need be. See I'm using all these rubbles and everything. Get spotted, look at the minimap. It's that French tank on full health. Put it back at first. Now he may be a medium tank, but as I said before, like most French tanks are super well armoured at this tier. Not when they're sideways on though, so... Got up to 1700 damage and 7 kills. I'm just going to push him. I'm thinking about if I want a side scraper or not. Bounces off me. I bounce off him. Then finally finish him. And now it's just me versus a HMC8, which as I said... Again, I could be entirely wrong when I say that thing's got a derp gun. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I think it's another one of those vehicles that a lot of the Seal Clubbers play. For anyone out there who plays low tiers, let me know. Is it a Seal Clubbers tank or isn't it? Because I have no idea. I don't even know what line it belongs to, but I've definitely not played it. I know it's an American tank, but I don't know what tank it leads to. Now, at this moment looking down these streets, I am now fairly confident that he is up on the hill, because there was someone up on the hill firing down, there's multiple people up there. So I'm going to make my way towards the hill to make my way up. See, I'm still being careful when turning the corners. And these situations is also when Sixth Sense helps, because I'm going to get spotted, my track will be spotted before I get all the way around the corner. And also, if I'm driving forward and he shows up behind me as I'm crossing a street, he'll be able to see the back of my tank, and my turret might be behind a building and I won't be able to spot him. So having Sixth Sense is really helpful, because it means I'll be able to tell a general idea of where he is from when my Sixth Sense goes off, and you can just use common sense to kind of narrow down the potential places he could have been, where he could have spotted you and you won't spot him. So again, going to slow down for this corner. I want to make it up on the hill. Just going to check the left, and I'll make my way up. So for a heavy tank, this thing isn't actually that slow. It's actually fairly manoeuvrable as well. Proxy spot him as he's coming down the hill, so I'm going to try and cut off the road, and you're going to see yet again me and the low tier shell velocity do not get along too well. So I'm gonna side scrape the corner. Only get tracked. And he does have the derp gun there by the looks of it. It's a very big gun anyway, what he's got. So I'm gonna wait for him, because with the way he's been playing, I get the idea he's not the best player, so I think he's gonna pop out again. And he does sideways, his turret didn't even look in this direction, I mess up that shot. I don't know if that was a high explosive shell, it didn't do any damage to me, but it blew off my tracks. And yeah, 2,000 damage, 9 kills, Kolobanovs, just in my 3rd ever game. And that's now 3 games I've played in this tank, so 3 games, 17 kills, 100% victory, 100% survive. Like, the thing's just outrageous. However, when I do the Leopard tank, if I need some urgent crew training, I've got a disgusting tank for it. So high caliber, Kolobanovs, steel wall, top gun, ace tanker, just all bad. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this disgusting gameplay with me, and I'll see you all in the next video.